video will contain spoilers for Infinity War, so if you have not seen the movie yet, you may leave. But if you have not seen the movie at this point, and you have avoided the spoilers this whole time, well, then I don't think you've been on the internet in the past 4 months, and therefore cannot be watching this video. So, is there even any point in the spoiler warning anymore? But, just in case, there will be spoilers ahead. Ugh, Infinity War was such a good movie. I just recently got it on Blu-ray, and I just keep watching it over and over again. I just finished another game of Rocket League, but what time is it? 1:30? Yeah, I should probably go to bed. Oh, or I could watch Infinity War again. Well, you know what, that settles it. I'm watching Infinity War. But, as I've been watching Infinity War, a lot of questions have been popping up. Like, oh no! What happened to Korg and Meek? Oh, half the Asgardians lived? They're probably fine then. Or, what was this guy's name again? Oh, it's Cool Obsidian? Cool. Or, wait. Thanos knows Tony? In case you're having trouble remembering the details of Infinity War and need a quick refresher, half of the final battle takes place on Thanos? I'm gonna go with Thanos. Half of the final battle takes place on Thanos' home planet Titan, and let me just say, Marvel knows how to make an epic battle. Anyways, after Thanos defeats Doctor Strange, he confronts Tony Stark, and he already knows who he is.
Stark. You know me? I do.
There is a theory that I've seen that says Thanos knows who Tony is because Tony was the one who sent the nuke through the portal that blew up Thanos' entire army. It totally makes sense that Thanos would want to know who his opponents are, and I can totally get behind this theory, except for there's one problem. That's that Thanos says,
"You're not the only one cursed with knowledge."
You're not the only one. Which means that Thanos knows that Tony has knowledge of him, and that Tony has been haunted by Thanos since the first Avengers movie. I do not care how much research Thanos did. I see no way that he would find out about Tony's PTSD or the vision that Wanda gave him in Age of Ultron. Those are not the kind of things that would just be listed on Tony's Wikipedia page. They are very close and personal to him, and not very many people within the MCU even know about them. So then, how does Thanos know Tony? And to find this answer, I believe we need to focus on the second half of what he says.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
Thanos sees his knowledge as a curse, and there are only 2 other places in this movie where the word curse is used. The first one is just Tony's next line to Thanos.
My only curse is you.
But the other and much more important one is said by Red Skull on Vormir when talking to Thanos and Gamora.
It is my curse to know all who journey here.
In fact, there is a really nice parallel between these 2 scenes. Person 1 says the other person or person's names.
Thanos, son of Elos. Gamora, daughter of Thanos.
Stark.
Then person 2 asks that person 1 knows them.
You know us? You know me?
And finally, person 1 says they are cursed with knowledge.
It is my curse to know all who journey here.
You're not the only one cursed with knowledge.
And we know that Red Skull is the guardian of the Soul Stone. So I believe that Thanos knows who Tony Stark is because at that time he is in possession of the Soul Stone. But then that begs the question, would the Soul Stone even have this power It seems like if any of the Infinity Stones had the power to know who someone was, it would be the Mind Stone. In the comics, the Soul Stone has the power to steal, control, manipulate, and alter a soul. And if in the movies it also gave the user the ability to see one's soul, then it makes sense that they would be able to know who someone was. At its core, I believe your soul is who you are. It's your triumphs and your failures. It's your hopes and your fears. It is what you feel. And that would also explain why Red Skull addresses Gamora as daughter of Thanos. She is not actually Thanos' daughter, and she knows that she's not. But I don't think that's what's important. What is important is that she feels that she is the daughter of Thanos. So then, why would Thanos and Red Skull call it a curse? Why would it be a curse to see others' souls? For most people, I don't think it would be. But for Thanos and Red Skull, it very much is. For Red Skull, he can see their hopes and their desires, and their love and their dreams, and he is just reminded that he is trapped on Vormir because he was foolish and greedy and only cared about himself. With this knowledge, Red Skull's line,
We all think that at first. We are all wrong.
begins to make a lot more sense. Why would Red Skull use the word we unless he was included? But why would he be included? He never had to sacrifice anybody. He never loved anybody. So how could he possibly understand what it takes to wield the Soul Stone, unless, as its guardian, he also experiences its curse? But for Thanos, I believe why he sees it as a curse is much more interesting. One of the most human qualities, I would say, is caring about what others think. We take time to make sure we look our best, and we try to make a good first impression, or just try to impress somebody. And on some level, I believe that Thanos is the same. No, he does not care about what others think of him, because he knows that he is hated by so many. But at the end of the day, he does think that the universe will be grateful for what he is doing.
I finally rest and watch the sunrise on a grateful universe.
And knowing how everyone feels is the one thing that could truly prove him wrong about that. Of course he would consider it a curse. The one thing that he needs to complete his task, well, one of 6, but anyways, the one thing he needs is also the one thing that can prove him wrong. So there are definitely going to be some of you who are still skeptical about this, and to you I ask this. If not the Soul Stone, what gives Red Skull the power to know who visits Vormir? We know the stone must be affecting him because he is there for over 70 years and he is fine, so the stone must be keeping him alive. You could say that he just lives longer because he is a super soldier, and sure, that could be the case, but do you really think that if Red Skull were to die, that the Soul Stone would just remain unguarded until some unlucky person gets teleported there in his place?
I don't think so.
Well, the Soul Stone is giving him the power to remain alive as well as know all who travel there. But that can't be the case, because he says himself that the Soul Stone is a treasure that he cannot possess. You are correct, he cannot possess the Soul Stone, and therefore he cannot use it. But he is not using the Soul Stone. The Soul Stone is using him. And also, the Soul Stone must have enslaved his soul so he can never leave. So, yeah, the Soul Stone's using him. So, coming back to the theory that Thanos knows Tony because of the events of the Avengers, that would explain why Tony is the only one that Thanos remarks about. Thanos knows who everybody is, but Tony is the one who personally blew up his army, so he is significant. If you knew everybody, you would simply have no need to address everybody or let them know that you know who they are. And in fact, it would make a lot more sense for Thanos to keep this power hidden. The best weapon is the one your enemy doesn't expect. But in the case of Tony, it's personal. You can see it in the way that Thanos says it. It's not, "Oh, hey Stark, how you been, buddy?" It's more of a, "Stark, 10 out of 10 Thanos impression if I do say so myself. You can see that he does not like this man. He respects him, yes, but he does not like him.
I like him.
Using the power of the Soul Stone, Thanos is able to see Tony's soul, but it's a power which he sees as a curse, and that's how I believe that Thanos knows who Tony Stark is. But let me know what you think. Does the Soul Stone grant its user this ability? Be sure to let me know down in the comments as well as up in the iCard. And of course, as always, thank you so much for watching, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, be sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss any awesome videos from me in the future. I'll see you next time.